Bismillah. So, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. So, today, in continuation of our previous lecture, that is a part of that lecture, that guidelines for institutional research, that how, on what parameters, on what SOPs this research has to be done in a hospital or in a institution. Who is this Mustafa Kamal? Who is this Mustafa Kamal?
मुस्तफा कमाल सर वो डॉल्फिन वाला है ना वो
सर पाक सर जमीन पार्टी के जो है
नहीं ये अभी लाइन पे आया ना मुस्तफा कमाल इस पे।
अच्छा
अभी जिसने वो ऐड के लिए रिक्वेस्ट भेजी है। he is not from your class ना?
यस सर ये हमारी क्लास से नहीं है।
हाँ वो मैंने इनको नहीं ऐड किया। इनके बाद लिंक कैसे चला गया?
सर क्लास में कोई धांधली कर रहा है सर।
हाँ नहीं मैं जो नाम मुझे नहीं आते आई कांट गिव देम, उनको मैं ऐड नहीं कर रहा हूँ। ये मुस्तफा कमाल साहब कोई थे तो उनको मैंने बंद कर दिया। ये शिराज अब्बासी आज बड़े दिनों बाद आए हैं, इनको वेलकम करो भाई शिराज साहब को।
जी सर अभी करते हैं।
हाँ इसको सर खबरचार लो, किधर थे आप? आगे लाइन में। जी शिराज अस्सलाम वालेकुम।
इसने अभी माइक ओपन नहीं किया हुआ।
हाँ देखें जरा इसको शिराज को, चलो इसको। हाँ आज इसका फोटो शोटो लेते हैं, इसको कहना सामने आओ, आज शिराज हो या कोई और हो। गुड, अच्छी बात है। जी शिराज अस्सलाम वालेकुम। शिराज आपका आवाज आ रही मेरी? जी शिराज जी बेटा शिराज आपको आवाज आ रही मेरी? चलो इनको भी, चलो फिर इसके बाद अगली क्लास में खबरचार लेंगे अच्छी तरह से आपको। जस्ट फॉर कंटिन्यूशन ऑफ आवर लेक्चर, दैट गाइडलाइन फॉर व्हाट on what SOP the research has to be done about whatever the topic is. So basic principle for institutional research, the guidelines are: first is a general guidelines, second is a guidelines for research drug control system, third is guideline for investigator, fourth is guideline for pharmacist. So we're related with these 4 guidelines for a institutional research product or for investigational drug. So first we discuss about the general guideline. So what it is? Existence of clear cut written policies, so must be written policies and procedures for the approval, management and control of investigation drug studies in a clinical. So what they have to do, they must have a written approval or SOP or procedures before going to initiate a research. Second is the assurance that all clinical studies contains adequate safeguards for the institution itself, staff of the institution, the scientific integrity of the study, and especially for patients. So what they do, they have safeguards, but they are wherever you go, there is this safeguards parameters. So during this study, as it is the first time they have initiated the study, so they must have safeguard parameters. What they have? They contain, as for the institution itself, for the institution, staff of the institution who is performing this research, the scientific integrity of the study, and especially of the patient. So they must be, patient remain safe on this study. Third is assure that involved staff is fully informed about and complies with these policies and procedures. So third one is that the staff who is doing this research must have known all policies and procedure of this research. So, as I told you, there is a patient consent written. It must be sometime it has to be taken written consent of the patient, verbal consent, or proxy when patient is not in a condition to give his consent verbally or written. Proxy, as someone who is attendant or someone who is known to the patient, can give a proxy consent for the application of this research on that patient. Third is supervised under competent personnel. So the person who is going to initiate that study must be qualified in that field of research. Availability of research facility, the research equipment, other facilities must be available to initiate the research. Self-regulatory nature of research. Research must be self-regulated, should be terminated on evidence. A significant hazard, drug ineffectiveness has to be found. So self-regulatory, the person who is going to be initiate that research, if any hazard or any ineffectiveness is found during that research, he has to stop that one. So that was the self-regulatory nature of research. The study results should not be used for promotion. So these information cannot be used for promotion or wherever it is. It should not use for promotion. Data can be exchanged in scientific community. So whenever it has to be published, the study have to publish or it has to be reported to the concerned drug control authority or this for further approval of that. Guideline for research drug control system. The existence for an effective control system, the institution's drug control system must be efficient to ensure surplus availability, storage, proper packaging, labeling in accordance with the standards. Prescription from authorized practitioners. Authorized prescriber must have to do. Third is record keeping. Record to maintain drug receipt from sponsor, amount dispensed to patient, return to sponsor, which is the balance quantity. Receiving data at another facility, different wards from where they have to collect the data. So guideline for the investigator. Competency of investigator, proper education, training, experience or patients, potential for such studies. Phase 1, able to evaluate human toxicology. Phase 2, the clinician should be familiar with conditions and methods of their evolution. Phase 3, large number of patients may be treated by different physicians. Authorization as a co-investigator. Principal investigator can authorize any hospital staff or co-investigator. Patient consent must obtain patient consent. Record keeping, same as above. Record must be made available promptly to the drug sponsor and to the drug authorities. Regular reporting to sponsor, drug authorities on process and adverse effects. Possession of an approved research copy. Must have copy of the institutional research committee approved research protocol in pharmacy. Development of investigative drug data sheet, drug designation and common synonyms, dosage from form and strength available, usual dosage range, including dosage in schedule and route of administration, indications, expected therapeutic effect. So guideline for pharmacists, expected and potential unwanted effects, symptoms of toxicity and their treatment, contraindications, storage requirement, instruction of dosage preparation and administration, instruction for disposition of unused doses, name and contact number of principal and co-investigator. The drug data sheet is included with the study protocol submitted to IRC. Copy should be distributed to the appropriate pharmacy staff to familiarize them and all patient care units where the drug will be used. An integrated drug distribution system. Dispensing of IND should be integrated with drug other system with respect to packaging, labeling, order review, profile maintenance, delivery. Label should be same or different. There must be a system to verify the IND is being dispensed to consented patient only upon the order of the authorized investigator. Patient education and monitoring of therapy. The patient education and monitoring are clinical responsibilities of pharmacists. Should be performed in coordination with authorized nurses and investigators. Return of unused drugs. At the conclusion of the study, the pharmacist should return all the unused drugs to principal investigator or to sponsor. Preparation of statical summary. The pharmacy must prepare annual or semi-annual statical summary of investigational drugs use, must include number of drugs studied, number of drugs investigations are in progress, listing of all studies during previous year, cost allocation. The drug cost and the expenses should be properly allocated. It includes record keeping, storage, drug administration, and personnel.